Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. So this video is a little bit different than my normal video. Today what we're going to do is talk about, I don't want to call this a controversial topic, but it's a pretty common topic in the planner community, and that's consumerism, I should say. Oh, let me go ahead and fix this Zoom. Okay. Yeah, all right. So consumerism and over consumerism. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because I just grew up in a way where I don't worry about other people's money. I mean, it's just really quite that simple. I just think that people are adults. They can make their own decisions about what they spend their money on, and I just don't think it's really that much more to be said about it. And I know some people do videos about it, and they talk about how the community is just way too far into consumerism, and it's all about what you can buy, and all that may be true, great, wonderful, but at the end of the day, if you're an adult, you can determine how you spend your money, and that's up to you. That's your responsibility. That's nobody else's responsibility. Like I said, this may make some people mad or whatever. I kind of don't care about that because, again, I don't believe in telling people how to spend their money, and I definitely don't listen to other folks who tell me how to spend my money. So, it is what it is. But what I do want to speak about as it relates to consumerism is, yes, we all spend our money however we want to spend our money. But what is important is that you take the time to figure out what is important to you and what you want to spend your money on because it's important to you, not because somebody tells you that you need it. Not because somebody says it's important to them, or not because they have a contract to show you planner supplies because they're getting paid, they're getting sponsored by such and such company, so they're going to show you this planner supply or this sticker book or this planner because they're getting paid for that, and they may not be even using that product. So that's the only thing that I will say, is just that you make your own decisions. But I know for me, sometimes it has been a struggle to really sit down and think about what is important to me and what I am buying or consuming because I need it and I truly need it, or I want it, because buy what you want too. It's not just about needs. We're not in a world where you only buy what you need. I mean, you can buy what you want too, but I want it because I want it, not because I saw somebody else have it or somebody else said I needed it. So anyway, that's the only thing that I will say, is that I think it is important to take some time and do some reflection on what's important to you so that you know what you're buying and what you're consuming. Okay, so with that in mind, I realized I needed to do that for myself. I have bought a lot of planners this year, and I've enjoyed all of them for the most part. I've bought a lot of sticker books, and I am thoroughly enjoying those. And I feel like I made a lot of good purchases. But I will just be upfront and say, I bought Live Love Posh's black box thing book, 60-page book, for $40 that she released. I'm filming this on the 15th, and she released it on the 14th. And I really had to think 3 or 4 times if I wanted to buy that book, because I love Live Love Posh. And at the end of the day, I decided to buy it because it had everything in that one book that I actually use in my planners, even though the cost was way too much. I still felt like it was worth it because it really has everything that I used. And so what I decided to do was to create a page, which is what you see here, that separates all the tools that I commonly use in my planner, because I have a lot of everything that I need for the most part. There's very little I don't have, but I have so much that some things that I use or I need to reach for every day, I can't even find it. And I'm like, you know what? That's ridiculous. let me sit down and write down the items that I need to use because it supports the way I plan, not what somebody else is doing on YouTube or what I see, because I see a lot of stuff and I like it and I want to do it. But at the end of the day, that's not how I plan. So I created this one pager just to let you know this page is going to be freely available. It's just linked down below. I think you have to go to my link tree to get it, but you don't have to do anything to get it. So the link is down there. And I encourage everybody to do something similar. Sit down and think about how you plan and what is important to you. So on this printable, what I have is a section for me to write my planner needs and then all my preferences. And this side is all about stickers. So what functional stickers do I actually use a lot in my planners? What type of decorative stickers do I find myself reaching for and getting excited about? What type of printable stickers do I need to make? And what are the planners and layouts that I prefer? Not what is hot or trendy right now. Which ones do I plan the best in? And I just want to write this down so that I can keep this and I can reference it when I want to buy something or I need to go through my stash and say, what do I have or what do I don't have? And then this box is about my actual planner needs. So yeah, let's fill out some of this together. I probably won't get all of it filled out, but we will get some of it filled out. And then just keep in mind, this is going to be linked down below. Free to you, download it. You do need to trim it and cut it, or trim it down to classic planner size because it is designed for a classic planner. If you expand it, you can expand it to letter size, but you'll have to figure out that sizing. But if you print at 100%, it'll print classic planner size, and then you cut it 7 by 9 1/4 and punch it. Okay, let's start with stickers. So the way I'm going to work this is what functional stickers do I use the most in my planner? That's what's going to be in this box. For me, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's black boxes. And I'm just going to do a little dash and write black boxes. So black boxes for me is a must. But guys, this is the thing. I struggle to find black boxes because I do not have a book of black boxes. As many books as I have bought, even over the past month, I have not bought a book of black boxes. Why? And I know that I reach for black boxes all the time. I have random books of colorful boxes and they have some black boxes in there, but I don't have one book dedicated to black boxes. And that doesn't make sense to me considering how many sticker books I've bought recently. So black boxes for me is a must for functional planning. And the good thing is black boxes go with almost any colorway that you are using, hands down, almost any colorway. So they're very, very versatile. The same can be said for gray boxes. I reach for these a ton. I do not have very many gray boxes. The next set for me, related to how I plan, are mauve and blush boxes. Neutral mauves is what I will say. I do a ton of spreads. Even this spread right here has mauve and pinks and neutrals. Why? It's my favorite color. It's one of my favorite colors. Purple is actually my favorite color, but mauve I think is basically pink and purple. So I reach for it a lot. Okay. So for me, neutral mauve boxes is really important to have because I do so many spreads that have that color in them. thankfully, I know that, and I did buy a wonderful neutral set. So I don't have to purchase that, but I do have that. I would say the next thing for functional for me are dated books. This is the thing. I do use a lot of undated planners. And so I often find myself reaching for books so that I can date the month. And I don't have very many of those books. What I don't use a lot of is I don't use numbers like 0 through 9. I just don't use those numbers a lot. And I don't do the type of journaling or planning where I use a sticker for a single day, right? Like if you're going to do a daily journal and you want to put Monday, March 11th, and you write that down, a lot of people use number stickers for that. I don't, because I don't do my journaling that way. For me, I journal weekly, so I use week of stickers, like week of March 10th, week of March 17th. So I tend to like not use random numbers a lot. So those would not be books that I would reach for. Same for alpha books. I don't have the patience to sit there and spell out a word with stickers. I just don't. They look great when people do it. I don't have the patience to do it. So I rarely need like alphas or numbers 0 through 9. But I do need dated books, books that have specialty days and holidays listed. I do need books that have months listed. That's the type of stuff that I need for my functional books. So other than that, I also reach for quotes a lot. When I'm doing my planning, my decorative planning, I always want to have a quote. So having a quote book or several quote books is very beneficial to me. But guys, you know what? I did not own like a really big, nice quote book until like 3 weeks ago. And see, this is why I'm saying it's so important to sit and do this, because I've probably bought, in the past 6 months, I don't even want to tell you how many sticker books I've bought. A lot. Now, I don't own anywhere near the number of sticker books that most people doing videos like this own. Eventually I will do a craft room tour, but you know, I got to get it, organized first. But I don't own nearly as many books, and I de-stash books a lot. But even still, I don't buy quote books a lot. One, they're really expensive, because places like Happy Planner don't really have a lot of nice quote books. So you got to get them from a smaller shop, and they're like $30 or 20 some bucks, and then you pay for shipping, and it just turns out to be a lot of money for a book of quotes. I do have some quotes I've ordered from Amazon. I have some quotes I've picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I do use those. But if I'm thinking about the functional stickers that I think about and I reach out to get every time I'm decorating, that is a quote book. So this is what's important to me in the functional sticker world. I can't really think of anything else, if I'm being honest with you. But I have a lot more books than that, obviously. I will put down lower in the list color boxes, so colored boxes. These are not as critical for me because I do find a lot of colored boxes in Happy Planner, a lot of colored boxes in a variety of books. Like if you buy books with like spring flowers, a lot of times you'll get a lot of bright colored boxes. So I don't struggle as much with finding colored boxes. I actually struggle more finding black and gray boxes. So, but I will put that down there because if I am going to like build my stash or whatever, I would like to get some colored box books, which I don't have to buy that because I have them. Okay, so those are the functional stickers that I really reach for when I'm using my planner. And that's the key. When I'm actually using my planner, not because I like it, but when I'm using my planner. It's a lot of functional books that I like, but What do I want to use and what do I reach for when I'm using my planner? That's what this sheet is all about. So, decorative stickers, what appeals to me? I will tell you. Book stickers, because I consider myself a reader first and foremost. I read a lot. I read everything. I read constantly. And so, fun fact, I used to own a bookstore. So, book stickers is like, I'll spend all my money on a book sticker. So, that's really what appeals to me. Self-care stickers. Budget stickers. And then florals. And guys, honestly, I could stop there. Truthfully, I could stop there, because when I think of decorative stickers, what I reach for the most are, or what I find myself wanting more than anything else, are book stickers, self-care stickers, and budget stickers and florals. That's it. I'm not really into all of the elements and different things like that. They're cute, they're beautiful, and I have several books of them. But when I'm sitting down doing my planner spreads, I almost have to force myself to reach for something other than something that falls in these categories. So this is my preference. I will add, I do like a really nice seasonal sticker book that has like seasonal bucket lists and things like that, because to me that's a mix between decorative and function. So at the bottom of this one, I will put seasonal. But this is iffy, because I would say 80% of seasonal books I have no interest in. When I'm talking about a seasonal book, I am talking about, I don't have one to show you, but just a really nice book that goes through all 4 seasons. So I'll show you this. For example, I got this book from Calvin on clearance. It is a gorgeous book. I love it. It is dedicated to spring. Now, what I don't like about this book is that it's only spring. Now, I'm going to use this book all year because that's just me. I'm going to use up this book. But this was such a really great value. And if she had a whole set, which I think she does, but if they were all on clearance, I would buy them, but they're not. If she had one for spring, fall, winter, and summer, I would buy all 4. But only I Love Spring was on clearance, so that's what I bought. But when I say seasonal books, I prefer not to have 4 separate. I prefer to have something of this quality, but for the entire year. So 1 book. And I will tell you, she released a seasonal, an annual book recently, and I did buy it. So I'm excited to get that. Okay, so that's my decorative. Now, my printable stickers. I need weekly dates. That is what I use in my planner the most, weekly dates. My planners and journals. And then I also use labels, like specialty labels, right? So like for my content planner, I print a lot of specialty labels. Now, there are places where you can buy these labels. Places like Planner Kate, and then there's another one that's really big and you can buy labels from there, but it's pretty expensive, honestly. So these are things that I print routinely so that I can have them. And I have found myself printing and cutting label stickers and date stickers more than anything else. Why? Because I don't have a decent dated book, in my opinion, and I don't have decent weekly dates out of a sticker book. So this is what I find myself printing over and over, more so than like images. I do occasionally print decorative stickers, especially if I have something very specific I'm working on. But that's not my first go-to right now. I'm trying to use all of my books. But I would say printable stickers are all kind of functional for me. I print weekly dates, I print labels, and I do print boxes. Not as frequently as I used to. But I will put on here custom stickers. But instead of putting boxes, what I'm going to put is monthly kits, because I will print monthly kits, and I do use those, and I don't buy them. I make them myself. Okay, so these are the sticker books that I actively use in my planners. I keep emphasizing that because this doesn't represent the sticker books I have. It doesn't represent the sticker books that I necessarily like. I like a ton of sticker books. I just used this sticker book right here in a spread because I got it on clearance. I liked it. It was very hard for me to use, but I liked it. That's why I bought it. It was on clearance. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't think about, well, let me use that fun ice cream book. Nope. This is what I think about when I'm doing my planners. So that's what this page is about. It's helping me address consumerism for me, right? It's keeping me on track with what's important to me. How do I plan in my planners? How do I use my planners? How do I use my stickers? How do I use my supplies? And this is just helping me stay focused on that. So along those lines, planners and layouts, it's all about what planners and layouts work for you. So I am going to start with layouts actually right here. And I don't have that many. I would say the horizontal, the dashboard, and then new, this is new, took me by surprise, but the hourly. Those are probably the layouts that work the best for me. I will say something that I need in my layout, I'm going to put this on the black section here, is I need monthly dashboards. In my planners, I need to have a monthly dashboard, hands down. And if I don't have a monthly dashboard in a planner, I'm going to make one. So that means when I'm looking for planners and looking to figure out what I'm going to put in my planner stack, this has to be there for me. I have tried all type of planners that don't have them. I made my own, and it's just a requirement for me. That's how I plan. It's very important. It's very important. So having that monthly dashboard, critical. Having a place for lists during the week, critical for me to be productive. So these weekly lists can look a variety of ways. It could be on the sidebar. It could be a whole dashboard, a weekly dashboard. It could be a to-do list at the top of the hourly, whatever. But I need a place to make weekly lists. And I'm not talking about taking a vertical and converting it into a list. No. I need a place to keep track of my to-do list in a long checklist. I'm not saying you can't do that with a vertical. I'm saying it doesn't work for me. It doesn't feel natural for me. For me, I need a dedicated place for my weekly lists. So layouts and planners. So then I guess for planners, what I will say in this shape, pentagon, octagon, what's this, hexagon, then I'm going to make a list of the, not planner types, but the planners that I use to keep me functional. So, and that I enjoy using. So I need, I'm not even going to call this a catch-all, honestly. I call it a whole life planner. I think other people call it a catch-all, so I am going to call this a whole life planner. And that's just what I've been calling this planner since I started making my own planners. But that is the planner where I put my activities, my life activities, basically. And then I definitely need a budget planner. I don't need, but I prefer to have a reading planner. What else do I need? I also like to have a goals planner. And I also like to have a business planner. I had to kind of squeeze that in there. So these are the planners that I really need. And then at the bottom, I'm going to put a journal. And these could be a variety of journals. But beyond that, anything beyond that is kind of extra for me. These are the planners that I really enjoy interacting with. The budget probably should have been number one, because budget planning is what helped me find this community. It's just always been something that I have done since I was very, very young. And so when I started to look for different budget planners a few years ago, I landed in this community. And I got into all these other planners. But yes, these are the planners that I need in my life. So finally, I'm going to talk about planner needs. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this in the video because this is personal to everybody. I would just say for this section, just write down what you need to accomplish with the planners in your life. For me, and like I say, I'm not going to completely fill this out. I'm just going to fill out a few entries, but I need to track my expenses and cash flow, so you can see why a budget planner is so important to me. I need to do that more than anything else. That's why I spend a lot of time in my budget planner. Beyond that, I would like a place to reflect on my day and week. And then I need a place to set and track goals. For me, those are my top three. Now you notice I don't have anything in there about tracking my activities. I don't. Because I do so much with work. I spend a lot of my time at work, and we have systems in place to track my work activities. I don't have kids where I have to keep track of their schedules. My schedule is pretty simple. It's pretty simple. So I don't need all the complexity that others need with their catch-all planner and all of that. But I do need to focus on my expenses and my cash flow and monitoring that. I do need to journal. I need a place to reflect on my day and week because that helps with my anxiety and my stress and just all those things. And then I do need a place to set and track goals. That's what's important to me when it comes to planner needs. So I am going to stop here. This video was a lot longer than I thought it would be, but I hope that you found it helpful. This printout, it's a printable, is linked down below. I encourage everybody to just sit and reflect on what their planner needs are, what type of supplies and type of resources you need when you plan, so that when you're engaging in videos like this and you watch any of my videos or any of anybody else's videos, whether it's a planning video or a haul video or whatever, you can stay aligned with what your needs are and just enjoy the content you're watching for entertainment purposes. And then you can make a decision about what you need to buy or what you want to buy. And it's aligned with how you plan your life. So download this printable. I hope you enjoy it, and happy planning. Thank you for watching this video.